Well, I must say, like, no one watched that UFC fight.
No, I don't know. I know Mackenzie Dern lost.
Yes.
And that's the extent of my
I
knowledge.
had money on the other girl.
Oh, did you?
Yes, I did.
Lekker, man. Well done.
Made a few bucks, which was great.
Yeah, I sometimes have this habit with betting that I just, if it's an unfamiliar card, I'll just go, I know her name, I don't her name. Yeah. I'm betting on the person 100%. I know.
I actually, with that thought process, I went against that. And I was like, I know Mackenzie Dern. And with that, I always lose that. So let's try and go for something else.
No, I got you.
That went well.
I'm not going to talk too much about UFC 280.
Yeah.
But I just want to say, like, Aljamain Sterling came out, I think, yesterday or today, and he was like, listen, I think DJ Dillashaw is still on something. I think he's still cheating.
Okay.
Do you think that's a legitimate, like, accusation? Like, he really wants to say, listen, this guy, come on. Like, UFC, why are you allowing this? Or do you think he's trying to get ahead of it should he lose?
That's a very good question, because he has been doing that for a while now. He's been making, like, weird tweets and assumptions and something you can see as excuses, where I think... okay, he's already setting up the loss, which is not a good mentality if that is the case. But the flip side is
he has been caught.
Yeah, Dillashaw has tested positive, so it's fair to assume.
It's fair to assume there might be something, but do you think he could get away with it? I mean, right now, he's the most tested athlete in the entire UFC.
Yes.
I think he's been tested like 35 times.
Yeah.
You being in the USADA pool and going through all of that, do you think there's a way you can get around that much testing? Like literally being tested once a week?
Well, that's the thing. Like, USADA are very diligent. Like, I think they've tested me twice, I think
already?
Twice. Yeah, already. So they are super diligent, and that's also great to see them really take the time, the effort, the finances into really catching these guys. But I think when it comes to cheating, I think like cheaters will always stay ahead to keep that edge. I think there's a lot, and that's a very controversial thing to say, but I do think, like, if your motivation is that strong, I think it's possible to really
get around once a week.
I don't know. That's the thing. Like, I don't know what they're testing for. Like, I've even stopped. Like, I use supplements, but I've stopped some of it just to make sure, like, I do not test positive.
Yeah.
And that's. And even those things get tested. Like, the things I use get tested.
Yeah, Alby's going to call you after this. Hey, bro. I promise it's safe.
Yeah, 100%. But, like, USN, shout out to USN. You guys are great. But
Cameron doesn't trust you.
No, but like, I use their immune support, their collagen. I use their Pro Recovery, their Epic Pro stuff. Like, amazing products. And I'll keep on using that. The only problem is, like, I think I've been scared by the USADA, just like how they educate you, because like in the, I'm not even know if I'm allowed to say this, but like, even one person claimed that they had, like, a female athlete claimed they had sex with someone that uses steroids, and she tested positive.
Oh wow!
And then she tested positive because, obviously...
Yeah, his bodily fluids and stuff. Tainting her bloodstream.
So when I saw that, I was like... I freaked out. I wasn't planning any dates or something, but I was just like... I
have to be so careful.
So careful. They explained to us as well, they can test... If you test positive, they can do it accurately, like one drop of whatever you use in an Olympic-sized swimming pool. That's how sensitive and how intense they.
Crazy.
So that freaked me out.
Have you ever swum in like an Olympic-sized swimming pool, like the one at Hillcrest?
Every Thursday. Yeah. Yes.
No, I think the one at Tix is just 25 meters.
Oh, okay. So it's even bigger than that.
It's double that.
Okay, double that. Yeah,
double that.
That's
one
massive.
drop. How much does that freak you out?
Yeah, that doesn't help my anxiety when it comes to. So that's the one thing I was like, after my first test, I wanted to post a tweet saying tested positive for being an absolute savage.
Yeah.
But there was like, imagine Murphy's Law, imagine that backfires with just something I ate or just
something
like,
weird. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
And the thing is, it's not like you did anything wrong.
Yeah.
It's just like you're so paranoid that maybe you did it accidentally.
yes, 100%. I think majority of the guys that have been caught for accidental stuff. It's not a case where they, like Dillashaw, where he knew he was taking it. He admitted he knew.
He
And
took EPO, yeah.
yeah, so it is back to the Aljamain question. I think like both are true.
He has some legitimate concerns.
Both are true until we know what's happening.
Okay.
Either until he loses the fight, which even let's say he loses the fight, like he taps due to strikes, then you know obviously, okay, well,
Yeah.
he didn't think he's gonna win that fight.
But
In
if
any
he
way.
gets gassed, like if Dillashaw goes for 5 rounds at like a pace you've never seen in your entire life before, and then Aljamain loses to like a unanimous decision or split decision at the end, then you can go like with a little bit of a
very good, yeah, but then my first thought when that happens, then I'm like, okay, give Peter Yan to TJ. Because,
see if he can do it.
Yeah, because Peter Yan has an insane pace.
Yeah, and Aljamain has gassed before.
Exactly, and no one has ever questioned Peter Yan being on anything. So it's so hard. There's such a big gray area when it comes to that. And obviously, we spoke last time we were speaking about the grapplers and them being
on juice, all of them
on the source. And some of the guys actually like messaged the accounts saying like I just want you guys to know, like, I'm not on the source. So, which was actually quite cool, just knowing, cool. Like, oh, I'm full natty.
Yeah.
And, like, even if you do that, fair game. We even said that.
I'm not blaming anyone competing in, like, South African grappling. I don't think the stakes are high enough.
Yeah.
But if you're Gordon Ryan or you're, what's the guy who fought again? I forgot his name.
Santos, the guy
Andre
Galvao.
I think those guys are on source. I think Nicky Ryan's on source. I think Nicky Rod is 100% on source. Like there's no question about it.
Yeah.
But like if you're going and it has a lot of side effects as well. But if you are going just for like Durban interprovincial grappling and you're like so sick, you are an absolute idiot.
Well, you also see that in amateur MMA here in South Africa. Then like,
yes, no,
you see that guy weigh in, and then you're just like,
because we didn't get tested or anything.
Yeah, but like, also you can't get tested.
You can't. It's amateur. It's an amateur event.
Like, actually, can you get tested? I actually
have
don't
no
know.
idea. I just remember I wasn't tested.
Yeah.
Maybe someone else was, but I definitely wasn't.
Yeah. But it's just back to that. It's like testing is obviously a massive thing. I think they spend a lot of time, money, effort into making sure it's a clean sport, and hats off to them, like that. I've been tested twice. Like they are very diligent, super professional. It's been actually quite a pleasant experience. Like they haven't showed up at my house at 5 o'clock in the morning yet. So I haven't had like terrible experiences. But I think they are taking the necessary steps to make it a clean sport.
I really hope you ask Dricus this next week, because obviously there's only 2 microphones. He's taking my place, Dricus. But how big of a pain is it for him? Because I know he gets tested, like he's one of the most tested athletes in the UFC. Well, he wasn't last year.
I can imagine it's a pain, but like Dricus' personality also, he's just like, he is so relaxed when it comes to stuff. Like, that's part of the job.
Yeah.
And I think guys that complain about being tested, obviously, if it's an unfortunate, like, timing-wise, it's unfortunate.
I know was it Paulo Costa?
Yeah, the morning of the fight.
Who was, tested while he was weight cutting. Whilst he was cutting, and then they come in for a test. I can understand frustration.
That's pretty rough. But I think, like, most of the guys, they take it well, and I think they take it in good stride. Well, I think you're supposed to. It's just part of your job. Yeah. So... yeah, that's a big thing. But I wanna play a small game.
Okay.
I messaged you. I said first thoughts, we have to play it.
Yes.
I'm gonna give you 3 names, and this can be anything actually. It can be an athlete. It can be someone working for the UFC. It can be a commentator. Whatever the case might be. I think we're gonna do this every single time because we're gonna pick each other's brains.
Okay, I like that. I like that.
So I'm just gonna give you a name, and you're gonna have to just
Rant, baby.
not rant.
Or just give some thoughts.
Give me your very first thoughts.
Okay.
So when you hear the name, I want your first thoughts. Are you ready?
Go for it, baby.
Are you nervous?
No.
Nah, not at all. Okay. Bo Nickel.
Ooh, overrated.
Really?
Or
You think so?
overhyped.
Overhyped.
Yes.
Okay.
I think him going, oh, listen, I'm not a prelim fighter. Bro, you literally just got out of the contender series.
Yes.
You're 3-0. Like, calm down for me. Bro.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Come on.
Do you think the rest of the division thinks the same?
Some of them maybe. Yes, he's a high level wrestler. I don't doubt he's wrestling like one bit. But you know who's else wrestling? I don't doubt one bit is Yoel Romero.
Yeah.
And he lost a few times.
Yes.
Okay, Habib obviously that's a whole nother story. Like he was dominant, but he also got cracked a few times.
Of course.
Absolutely. So for Bo Nickel saying he's going to jump
Brunson,
up, yes,
you know,
amazing wrestler, all American.
Yeah.
Michael Chandler, amazing wrestler.
Yeah.
He got cracked. I think he is maybe it's a marketing thing.
Yeah.
And I can respect that. But for him to say, oh, he's going to jump up to straight Hamza Chimaev,
Yeah.
like just calm down for me.
Yeah.
Like calm down a little bit.
Okay. Next one. Sugar Sean O'Malley.
Pink Lamborghini is the first thing I think. It's like
Okay.
absolute flash.
Yeah.
I think he's going to do better than expected against Piotr Jan. I think
Okay.
he's going to do really well.
Yeah.
Like I can see it like really being a technical fight.
Okay.
I do see Peter Jan taking it
Okay.
just because I see a lot of similarities between Sandhagen and Sean.
Okay.
Like that's what I have to say about that one.
100%. Yeah, that's good. Okay, great. Last one. Brandon Moreno.
Ooh, Leafy.
Leafy.
Such a Leafy.
Leafy, that's an Afrikaans word for love of my life.
Okay, not how I meant it, but he's just like a cutie.
Yeah, okay.
Like he
so you're a
connects-
fan.
I'm
You're
a massive fan.
You have a soft spot for him as an athlete.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. You know, like his fight with Figueiredo has been confirmed. And
Yes.
the quadrilogy,
I don't
which I
seem-
am here for.
I hope he wins.
Take everything. I want it. And I actually do think it's in Brazil, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh wow, he looks a lot
So-
less dangerous than he really is.
Yes. He's the man who likes Lego.
Yes,
He loves Lego.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you look at him and you're like, how can you beat up anyone? And then he does.
Yes, he
And then-
does. And he is so good. Technically,
He's incredible.
he's amazing. He's really amazing. I do think, man, I really hope. I'm a massive Moreno fan. And I really do think like he can take it, and I hope so. I
Yeah,
hope-
same.
yeah.
Like he's such a fan favorite.
Yeah.
You can't root against him. Okay, I'm gonna throw you a few, and you
Okay.
you let me know, what you think.
Okay.
Daniel Cormier.
Chicken.
Chicken.
Yes, because he had that advertisement where he did that chicken.
Oh, like that kind of chicken.
Yeah. No, not like a.
I was
not
like,
like
whoa,
scared.
hot
No,
take time, baby.
The first thing that comes to mind is just like Derek Lewis giving him shit about liking
Popeyes.
like liking or not liking Popeyes. I can't remember.
I think it was not. Yes, he did an ad for KFC, and
Yes.
Derek was like, "Why you disrespect Popeyes?"
Popeyes
like that?"
chicken like that, and I think that's the first thing that really comes to mind. But honestly, if you look at Daniel Cormier's career, it's amazing. You know, I must say, like, I haven't addressed this, but the commentating in my fight,
Less than
I've
ideal.
I've watched it a few times, and I'm like, man, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Because the massive part that bothered me was him saying the slaps don't work.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but all of them were saying that.
Mr. Cormier, like, didn't you see that man like literally flinch? Like, I'm just gonna show it again in the next fight. Like,
Yes,
it
yes,
works.
yes,
It
yes.
works very well. And I credit it to the slaps because that's how I got out. And that's just something South Africans do very well.
I felt that in training. Like Steph Steph, when we're wrestling, he's like, if you are at the bottom, slap him. And I'm like, no, surely not. And then someone started slapping me. I'm like, yeah, stop it. We need to do it. Don't do that.
That's very funny because okay, so we have a brilliant kids program.
Yeah.
Amazing program. And we have this one kid, his name is Dominique, and brilliant, like for his age, I think he's like 8 or 9. Sure. He's really technical. He's super good. And like I love that kid for who he is. Like I have close relationship with his parents, everything like that. And him and his little brother Blake, they train together. And so Dominique has a little bit of a side where you have to push him mentally, because obviously he's still a kid, but you have to let him go through that adversity, just because he gets very nervous when it comes to competition, which is actually not that bad.
It's
when it's kids competitions, it's very controlled. So something we did, he was the only kid in class like with no shame. He would train without a shirt and he would rock it.
Love
like
that.
He has the confidence. It's great. It was really amazing.
Not even I train without a shirt.
But, so now we do wrestling sessions, and something he is so technically good, like the basics he does very well, like without even any stress. But one thing he does is he gets lazy, because he gets bored. He gets bored going with small kids. He chills on top. But now he's shooting for double legs. And now, when he shoots for double legs, he stays in front of his opponent. His opponent was his brother.
Yeah.
So I told small Blake, if your brother stays in front of you and he doesn't go to side control or whatever the case may be, slap him. Like, hit him. Man, was that effective?
Yeah, I can imagine.
Because he would move immediately. And man, even if he went to side control, his brother just made it a priority. Let's see how many red hands we can plaster over his back.
Like on a deep level, being on top and getting slapped, it doesn't do damage.
Yes.
But it is so uncomfortable.
It's uncomfortable, and that forces you to either move or take time to think.
Yes.
And in either, you can then start your escape.
There's maybe a gap to be gained and stuff like that. Yes, you.
So that's Daniel Cormier. That's
like, please, give my boy some slack. Come on.
And don't disrespect Popeye's chicken like that.
Then Ilya Tupuria.
Legend.
Ooh.
Soon to be.
Ooh,
yes.
Okay. Soon to be legend.
Soon to be legend. I rate him very highly. Like when his fights get announced, I think I've shared a few of his videos with
just
you.
Like LFG
I'm a fan. I'm gonna take my word back. I'm gonna say fanboy, because I'm a massive fan. Massive. He is technically a amazing fighter. I think he is really good. I think how he presents himself is very good, and his fight with Edson Barbosa is gonna be madness.
Yeah.
I'm
super excited for it.
Amazing. I think it's gonna.
I think he's gonna take a lot of damage, but I do think he's gonna come out on top. Oh yes.
Really?
I think he's gonna go through some adversity.
That's very interesting.
It's exactly what happened in the previous fight. He went through some adversity.
He did. Yeah, that first round, I think he lost that round, and then he just came back with like this ferocious.
I think he needs
almost
that.
like I just wanted to say, like, I think he needs to first go through a little bit of a fight before he makes that switch. Hopefully he doesn't do that too long with Edson Barbosa, because I think he can.
Edson will hurt you.
Yeah.
Like he will make you very uncomfortable in there.
But it's Tupuria's boxing technique is amazing, and then now you're countering it with like Barbosa's kicks. It's going to be a great fight. I'm super excited.
Very excited for that one. And then finally, like a guy that I know we absolutely got on the hype train about, both of us, Nathaniel Wood. Man, striking. Okay.
Yeah, 100%. Like his striking is so dynamic. It's weird. Like his movements, he doesn't really move in and out a lot. Like he's quite like stuck in his base.
Almost like Bill already on.
Yeah, 100%. Like they only move when they really have to. And I think they save energy like that, like quite well. But something I think Wood does even better is just like almost in those close quarter exchanges, like using those trips, using pushes, using like almost
Mixing it
riding
up.
punch, mixing it up. I think like he has such a good flow in his stand up, and he's really a guy in the bantamweight division, or I think his next fight is
Featherweight,
maybe at
isn't he?
featherweight. Yes, he's
It's quite a
like,
small featherweight, isn't it?
he's had fights at both, if I'm
I think
not
his
mistaken.
last fight was featherweight, but I heard the commentators say he's a bit small for
On his,
featherweight.
I think on his Twitter or Instagram, he said he's a bantamweight. So I'm guessing he's had some bantamweight fights.
I'm sure
as well.
he has.
But-
Don't speak too highly of the guys in bantamweight. Eh?
But he is really, credit where credit's due. He's a very good
Yeah, he
striker.
stopped fighting bantamweight this year and moved over to featherweight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but and a great addition to the featherweight division.
Absolutely.
Because you see that division not being empty, but you see like the matchmakers are going to have a tough time being like, okay, how do we figure this one out? Like, what do we do here?
I made so much money on Nathaniel Woody's last fight.
Yeah.
He was an
Yeah.
underdog.
Yeah.
Like, I think it was like plus
And
200. I
we-
made such
I
good
think
money on him.
we actually sent that to each other, and we were like, I can't believe
This guy's, yeah.
how is he
this guy's guy like plus 220?
Yeah, 100%.
Yo.
So yeah, that was Nathaniel Wood, great. And if it's weird that because he's not a massive featherweight,
No, he's
it's
not.
weird that he's
No,
going
he's
to
not.
featherweight. But maybe he's just at that point. Maybe it's the weight cuts. Yeah, I have no idea. But
He's still powerful at featherweight.
powerful, and it's not one of those. Sometimes when guys go up in weight, we actually see it here in South Africa, especially. Like guys go up in weight, and then we're like, no, like don't do that. You will be demolished. That's not the case here
He beat
at all.
his previous fight. I can see why he was an underdog now, but I was still like, yes, that's such a good deal. He took Charles Jourdain to a
Jourdain.
5-round.
Yeah.
I think it was 5 rounds. UD. What? No,
No,
3 rounds.
Three
Three rounds
rounds.
unanimous
Yeah.
decision.
Yeah, Jourdain is also amazing. I
badass.
understand why he was an underdog, but I was also like,
For the money. Come
like
on.
there's few guys. I'm a massive fan of Tuperia, but there's like Edson Barbosa I will never bet against.
Okay.
Out of like just saving my money wise.
Just being smart.
Yeah, just being smart. Like I will never bet against a guy like Edson Barbosa, Jose Aldo, because he can pitch at any time. He's now retired, but like he can finish at any stage. Derek Lewis, except when he's fighting in Texas.
Yes, we said this last time.
So there's just like a handful of guys like you never bet against, and yeah, I think he's one of
And
them.
I mean, Derek Lewis he's always a violent underdog. Like he's like plus 500, plus 600, plus 700. If you take his opponent at like minus 700,
Yeah,
you're just being stupid.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
if Derek Lewis is fighting anyone that on paper outclasses him in every single department,
Yes.
bet on Derek Lewis.
Yeah, and also that's a fun.
Except if it's in Houston.
But it's also a fun one because it can happen at any time. Imagine after the first or second round with the Volkov fight, you just threw for shits and giggles just a few bucks in. Imagine those odds. That would have been amazing. But probably one of the highlights of the week, or I don't know when this was posted, but Forrest Griffin, did you see his comment about
No, I
Gordon
didn't.
Ryan? So he's like, serious question. If you could trade your penis for Gordon Ryan's jiu-jitsu skills, would you? I'm leaving. Yeah, ladies. Pretty easy choice. And
Yo.
that was...
Well, it depends. What
Like-
type of hog do you already have? Like, do you?
Yeah, that's like, we need more
No,
information.
yeah, we need more information. Do you play League of Legends like religiously? Like, yes, then trade it. You're not using it anyway. Trade it, 100%.
We're just going to have a bunch of guys playing League of Legends. Hey,
Hey, bro.
That's
yeah.
rude. Well, we can now just like I'm just gonna move on from
Let's
that.
just move on.
We can chat about fights being official.
Yours, baby.
Mine is
Hey-ho.
official. Yes,
I think
and,
Dricus is official today as well.
official today.
That's not
yeah.
going to happen. That until's going to pull out 1,000%,
Do you think so?
100%.
No, please don't say that.
Like,
please.
I mean, Chael Sonnen, I
Like,
hope
I-
not. I hope not.
The reason why I'm saying that is because my initial thought was also like, please don't pull out. Please don't. Like, that's the only worry I
think
have
Till
of that fight.
is the best fight for Dricus right now.
100%.
I think that's such a good fight.
That's a great fight.
And,
Amazing fight.
I mean, what Chael Sonnen said, what Dricus Duplexis is gonna fight Bo Nickel next.
He butchered his name. like my name has been butchered. You know, like yeah,
Duplexis.
that was
Duplexis
bad.
or Simone. Which one is worse? That's a difficult one.
Like Simone, how would you spell that? Because mine clearly is just a double A-I.
Clearly not
man,
Simone.
and it ends with man.
Simone. Simone.
There's no O-A. Like
no, I think yours is worse.
no, but they have
Duplexis is quite bad.
Yeah, Dricus Duplexis.
I think
That
watched,
sounds like a math equation.
I watched
like
that
100%.
entire video. I think he called him like Dricus, Dricus, or Dricus, or something weird.
Oh,
like,
so he switched it
he
up
switched
in
it up
between.
3 times.
Yeah,
It was
mine.
Duplexis.
Okay, mine was close to a 3-round fight, but mine was also switched up a few times.
Yes,
and,
no, it was. It
and that
was.
was it was quite.
But
bad.
your fight, who
Yeah.
is he? What can you tell us about your opponent? What can you tell us
yeah.
about the event? Tell us
name-
everything, baby.
His name is Ronnie Lawrence, and honestly, I haven't watched anything yet. Yeah, I actually started doing this from probably, I would say my contender fight in the UFC when I got my number 1 contender fight.
Yes.
I stopped watching fights from like 12, because I think we're now like 12 weeks out, 10 weeks out. I don't watch my opponent's fights from that early, because I do get quite tunnel vision when it comes to how they fight and how I see the fight going. And I just think for those first few weeks in camp, I want to focus on getting all aspects of the game as good as possible. And then closer to the fight, we do start.
Is it almost a thing of trusting, like letting your coaches watch the tape, and
100%.
trusting them to work out the best game plan?
Yeah.
And just be like, bro, focus on this.
100%. It's been it's actually been like a no-brainer since I started my professional career. It's just a thing like we have like a few systems we implement. So we will watch footage on our own, watch it together. We have notes, we have diaries, we go the extra mile when it comes to preparation. But I think a massive, almost something that keeps me quite sane when it comes to the start of the camp is just really focusing on how good you can get without watching anything. And then with what you have learnt because even though like when I came back, I had a great time, like relaxing, partying with friends, all that, but I still went to training.
Yes, no, you did.
Non-stop. So
I remember a few Friday nights, we were like, the one Friday night we all went out.
And the whole team, close to the whole team, yeah.
And then the whole night, just Henry was the voice of reason, just saying, "Well, no, we have sparring tomorrow.
Yeah.
We have sparring tomorrow."
And everyone that went out that night
didn't care.
But then pitched. They
Pitched,
were early.
and sparring.
They warmed up. We sparred. So that's the one thing. Like
that's commitment.
It's just a thing of constantly being obsessed with getting better. And I think those first few weeks, I want to get as good as possible, and then we can start.
Focusing on a game plan almost.
Yes, 100%.
Yes, that's so cool.
So very excited for the fight. I wanted to be on a pay-per-view event for my debut, and I wanted a good opponent. I've obviously I can think of a lot of easier fights we could have gotten for a debut.
Yes.
Like I rate my opponent very highly, and that's also just great motivation because now we need to put in extra sessions.
Yes, of course. It's better to overestimate your opponent.
100%, obviously.
If you go in there and you think I'm gonna run through this guy, and then you get a big shock and you're like, oh no, what have I let myself into?
Strap in, boys.
Do you think
This
your
is gonna be
contenders?
terrible.
Do you think your contender series fight was a little bit like that for Mr. Wang Kim? That he went in there and he was like, oh no, I'm gonna run through it, and then he got, oh shit.
Yeah, for a second I thought you asked that about
No.
me.
For
him,
I know you rated
Yeah,
him.
I think, 100%.
I think you got a bit of a shock.
Yeah, I do think so. I would actually love to meet up with him. whenever we're in the States, I would actually like enjoy maybe doing an open mat session because his grappling was amazing.
Yes.
Like, I don't care what Daniel Cormier said about the slaps, but that really saved my ass in the grappling exchanges. So even just visiting, visiting them, I think they're in California. I've never been there. I hear it's...
You've only been to Vegas, and
I've only been to Vegas.
To nowhere in the United States.
Not further than the post office.
No, I haven't been further than Limpopo.
But yeah, I would actually like to do a session there. Like his coaches are also amazing, and just like share our thoughts of the fights. I think that would be
like.
Very
I mean,
sick.
there's no bad blood.
No,
At all.
Well, not that I know
Not from your
of.
side.
Not that I know of.
Yeah.
Like even with the interviews before the fight, I had no idea. I got messages, them chatting about the fight.
I messaged you a few times, like violently.
Yes.
Bro, what's going on?
And it couldn't have bothered me anymore.
Less.
So
That's a really good mentality to have. But I mean, I rate Josh Won Kim quite high. I think he beats up a few guys in the UFC.
100%.
Like I think he could get far in the UFC.
Like that's one of the guys. That's actually, now that I think of it, if the fight had to go to the decision, like there's a big chance he would have gotten a contract as well, just because of like the pace of the fight, the skill we showed. I think
it was very evenly matched.
It's just
up until it wasn't.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Yeah. So, but Dricus' fight, I really hope it happens because that is such a great fight.
Are you both in Vegas?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh.
Same card.
No. Are you on the 10th?
Yes.
No, man. I thought you were on the 17th.
No. On the
Oopsie
10th.
daisy.
Yeah. It's the pay-per-view event.
Listen, we were
Vegas.
out having a drink when I saw this post because you didn't say anything. You told me like a week ago. Oh yeah, no, I've got an opponent. Jesse, December 10th. That is a pay-per-view, man.
Yes.
Jesse, would you look at that?
Do you think I just made something up?
No, I thought. No. You said I would have loved to be on a pay-per-view, and I was like, "Oh, bad luck, buddy." On the fight.
Yeah.
On the fight
No,
happen.
I'm very glad
Oh,
they
shit,
could
that's so
make that
cool.
happen. Yeah. So we're gonna be traveling together. I think the whole experience as a team is gonna be
Kind of
amazing.
together. Like Dricus he's ranked. He sits in business class. You're gonna sit back in the back.
Yeah,
of the
I'm
plane.
gonna be at the back. I'm gonna probably be handing out peanuts. Like, do you want a snack?
Just for something to do. It's a long flight.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it's a long flight. It's terrible. Hopefully we do like 11 hours because the last time we did 16 and a half hours, and then we did 5.5 or 6 hours
Sure,
to
that's
Vegas.
rough.
So yeah,
Who's
we'll still
the
figure that
main
one
event
out.
on that card?
I'm not allowed to say that. I think.
Oh no,
I
it's
think,
Glover. It's Glover, isn't it?
I do think I know who it is.
Like the thing
but-
is, you don't have to say anything. I will Google, and then if I say it, then we know it's allowed out.
Yes. I actually have no idea yet. Nothing is set in stone for that main event. Nothing is confirmed.
Nothing's confirmed.
Yeah.
I think Prohashka versus Teixeira 2.
Is it confirmed?
It's on Sherdog.
Okay. Well, that's a reliable source.
Sherdog is a reliable.
Yes.
They don't sound like it.
Sherdog, yeah. Sherdog is like when you just go by the name, it will sound like the Wikipedia of MMA.
Yes, no, but they are OG.
they
are
have really
OGs.
been there for a while. They're quite like we have like Typology is the other one.
Yes.
Their stuff is not that updated. Like
But I mean, so we have welterweights. We have Robbie Lawler and Santiago Ponzinibbio.
Okay.
Edmund Shabazian and Dalsha. Champion
that-
Dalsha.
is that on December?
Yeah, that's your card.
Okay.
Billy Quarantillo and Fluffy. Alexander Hernandez. Oh, no. Sorry, not Fluffy. Alexander Hernandez. This is the other Hernandez. Oopsie. TJ Brown, Eric Silva, Dricus and Darren. Rosenstrike versus Chris Dawkins.
Okay.
Chris Curtis and Joaquin Buckley. Bo Nickel and Jamie Pickett. And then Cameron Saaiman and Ronnie Lawrence.
Nice.
Yes, that's a stacked card.
Very good. Very
I like
nice,
it.
Yeah.
Do you have an idea when you're back in South Africa yet? Because I need to plan my going away dates. There's no way I'm missing the after party to this one.
It's
baby.
so funny because after every single fight, I like we have planned like stuff, and then it's just like let's move that stuff because we're returning home.
Yeah.
So
I've missed a few of the after parties as well. I always miss like even this fight, I got round 1.
Did you miss the title fight one? I think you did.
No.
No. The one before that.
The title fight, we went
Yes.
hard.
Yes.
I missed.
The one before that.
The one before
Ruvan
that,
one,
Ruvan, I missed.
Yes.
And then this last one, there was like 2 days. The Friday I was there, and then
Yes.
the Saturday I missed out
Yes,
on.
you had to leave. Yeah.
So this is not happening again. December, we're planning properly.
I love how that's your priority.
That
It's
is my
like,
priority,
number
absolutely.
One, numero uno.
Yeah, well, I mean, I
Yeah.
can't go to Vegas. So, I mean, let's do it like
Yet.
yet.
Yeah. Where, yeah. Oof. Jusha Dann in Vegas.
That, it's going to be great. Liffy, I promise, I'll be suit.
That's going to be terrible.
That's going to be great.
That's gonna be great. Yeah. Hopefully this time we stay a little bit longer
Yeah.
after, because I would just like to experience the Vegas Strip for what it is.
Yeah.
Because
And not just like 2 Bud Lights and a piece of chicken and a burger.
and that wasn't even on the Vegas Strip. That was literally in our hotel, their casino, their little casino.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
That's,
So
that's
I want to
lit
go
piece.
to the Vegas Strip, walk around, maybe bar hop. That would be great.
Well, I think from what I've seen, Dricus is like rumored to be co-main. I don't know.
Yes.
I'm not sure.
that would be
It would
really
make sense.
cool.
Darrentil is a big name, and Dricus is obviously
Yes.
he's not a Darrentil in the international community yet, but like in South Africa, Dricus
Yeah.
du Plessis is massive.
Something I actually just
That's
saw.
such a good co-main.
Amazing.
And if you cater with the co-main, you know you're going to experience the Vegas Strip, baby.
I hope so. But with that team of ours as well.
Yeah.
Whew. Strap in, boss. But about an hour ago, this is quite sad. But Khamzat Chimaev can't leave Russia due to closed borders after
Yo.
mobilization. So he actually went back to Russia to go visit family. And now I think Mr. Putin just
Yeah, and the thing
mobilized
is,
a
it's
few
like,
troops. And
it's like not even really Russia. It's like Russia and next. It's like Chechnya. It's
yes, yeah.
Like
They're still
hate
a
the
Russian state.
Yes, no, they are. But I mean, those people hate the Russians.
Yeah.
The Chechens and I mean, Khabib's people are from Dagestan. They don't want to be part of Russia.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, shame, man. That's bad.
That sucks. Like I'm not a big Khamzat fan, but like
Yeah.
that's unfortunate.
It
like
is.
if I knew I had to go back to my country and the moment I land there, I might be forced to fight in a war like I don't even care about.
Yeah.
That
That's
must
really bad,
that must suck. Yeah.
Like, and especially in a losing war.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen... No. Like,
Well, we don't know that.
we don't know that, but I mean, I've seen, like... I browse some crazy videos on Reddit. That's my favorite website. I have a love-hate relationship with Reddit.
I don't think you have a hate relationship
I
with
love
that at
Reddit.
all.
I mean, I've seen videos, like, it's one of those websites where basically everything's allowed. So I've seen like a Russian conscript, like, he shoots like his commander. Like, they're all sitting there and he shoots his commander in the head and it's like, no, I don't want to go to war. And then he runs away.
He just leaves.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
People setting themselves. There was 2 like guys in a village who broke each other's legs, so they won't
so
get
they.
drafted.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's
that
crazy.
that makes sense. Yeah, like I wouldn't want to go to war. Like,
No.
That must suck. That
Yeah, it must suck more than getting your leg broken, and that's a lot.
100%. But like, I think the flip of the coin, one of the funniest videos I've seen was just like this Ukrainian soldier playing the war what is it good for song.
Yes.
And just like shooting up a tank with a bazooka.
Okay.
It's like, he's just rocket
But
launched
it does help
at a
having.
tank.
It does help having American equipment
And a little bit of a sense of humor.
and
think.
like and actually like fighting for something. Because I don't
Yes.
think the Russians are really fighting for something.
Yeah.
Like, they're just
100%.
there because
They're just
Putin
stubborn.
forces them to be there.
I think it's stubbornness.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I
good
have no
old-fashioned
idea.
stubbornness.
I'm not a geopolitical expert.
I saw this, which is quite interesting as well, just before we started. In the perfect world, Alex Pereira KOs Israel Adesanya, then goes up to light heavyweight and fights Yuri Prochaska.
Ooh, those are 2 fun ones.
Those are that's a nice fight.
I think he has an easier time with Prochaska
Yes.
than he has with
100%.
like,
Like Prochaska like exposes himself quite a lot.
and you can't do that with Pereira.
I do not think so. Yeah, I think he just carries too much power, and that's
He's
also
so
going to be an amazing fight.
Crisp.
Crisp.
Did you see him
Sharp.
boxing on a hoverboard?
Yes, I saw that. That was super impressive.
I wish I could spar like that, like on my own feet.
I wish I could hoverboard like that.
Okay, that's the other side of it.
It's so hard to do. That sucks. Like, yeah, that was very impressive. When I saw that, I was like, man, this guy's balanced.
Like, if I had that boxing, like while he's on a hoverboard, like going for it, like
he had to practice that.
Obviously he did, but I mean, I can practice that, and I wouldn't look near that good.
Yeah, I can try and practice that. I will break something for sure.
That's one fight I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah, that's going to be a great fight. Yeah, we'll give our in-depth analysis.
I look forward to every fight where I think Stylebender could lose. So I wasn't really looking forward to the one with Cannonier.
Yeah,
because I thought, no, he's going to take it.
Yeah,
I wasn't really looking forward to a lot of them. I was looking forward to the one with Costa. That didn't go as planned.
Yeah, that's also like one of the like Costa. Okay, great. Like he's had some bangers, but he's just like most of the time he's just a little bit disappointing for me.
Okay,
like
him versus Vittori. Dude, that wasn't disappointing in the slightest. That was
still
fun.
like even like his rock hold fight. Yeah, it was amazing. But it was like,
it was fun to watch.
It was like two cousins fighting at a Christmas party. It was really sloppy, but it's just they hype him up so much in the like embedded videos in the promos, whatever, and then just the fight comes and it's like, oh.
Well, I will always. Like, I'm always going to watch a Costa fight just because of that Romero fight.
100%. Don't get me wrong. I'm always tuning in for a Costa fight. Because it might just happen that he's fighting another Cuban. And then it's just absolute fireworks. Like, I think that's the only thing that's holding me on to, like, hope. There's hope. We can have something like that again. But
such a fun
fight.
We have... Like, his Vittori fight was also a banger.
The next fight card... is not
it's a fight night and then it's UFC 280, isn't it?
It's rough. The next one is rough. I didn't watch the last one.
Same.
To be honest, I'm not gonna even
what's his name? Sadiq Youssef. He fought.
Yes,
I think he won. He won a decision.
He won quickly.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right,
he had a fast finish.
Right. Like 34 seconds or something.
Yeah.
Something crazy.
So we don't have this weekend. We don't have any fights. Then next weekend, like the card is not. There's three.
Not loading on the Google.
Yeah, there's 3 fights.
Those are prelims, though. What's on the main card?
And there's one fight, Alexa Grasso and
not
Vivian
very interesting.
Araujo.
Not incredibly interesting, if I'm completely honest with you.
Yeah.
And is it 280 after that, or is it still one more?
100%. That is 280. They did this very smart because you're gonna see a dip in viewers, but when they come back,
like they're almost starving us.
They come like it's gonna be like the Durban beach in December, just buses and buses full of people.
It's like it's in the Durban beach in December in 2 ways. Like you're there, it's like hot, it's miserable, and then you see the ice cream man. Yes. Please take my money.
Take my money, please. Yeah. That's gonna be awesome.
I'm so excited.
Yeah,
I really hope Charlie Olives takes it because there's only one champion in his name. It's Charles Oliveira, baby.
That video. You can even ask Shanae. Like I've went back to that video and I send it every time I see that
his name
video.
Is Du Bronx.
Yes, Du Bronx. Like that gives me just. Chills. And I also can't wait for this fight because then I can post our photo together.
Oh yes.
That's actually the thing I'm looking forward to.
Oh yeah, I know, I'm sure. Not the absolute banger we're gonna see.
I'm just looking forward to saying like I'm backing that guy.
I think I would like Islam Makhachev a lot more if he wasn't managed by Ali Abdelaziz.
Yeah, that's a fair statement.
Like I see.
You don't see him that much.
No, but I see Islam's Twitter and I'm like, Ali, give Islam's Twitter back.
He's just like Islam just wants to play Candy Crush. Like that's all he wants to do.
Just let the man smash. Yeah. Let him play Candy Crush.
Let him smash those 3 in a row, and just leave his Twitter. Yeah, because
like, Islam is not the guy who's gonna say, oh, he's gonna like roast Michael Chandler on the internet.
Yeah,
that's not him. That is Ali Abdelaziz.
Yeah,
And it's irritating because it's so obvious. At least, Ali, like, get a little bit better at it.
Yes.
You
Yeah,
know?
100%. Yeah.
That's the one thing that put me off from Habib as well. Is just the bald guy in the background.
Yeah.
Not that I have anything against bald people, just a specific bald person.
Yeah. And with that, don't be the Ollies of the world.
No.
Yeah. Rather be someone like...
Be the olives.
No Ollies, only olives. That's,
Life lesson for
that's
today.
the episode's name.
That's
100%.
yeah.
100%. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed it, please make sure to subscribe. If you want to check out only the audio version, it's wherever you listen to your podcast. We hope you guys enjoyed it. Cheers.